What's going on? All right, let's go through some things, some tactics, some tools, some equipment, and obviously best practices and things you can do to impress a potential customer, client, whatever it may be, so you can land that job or at least make sure the customer, feels confident in your ability to do the job that they hired you to do in the first place, because that seems like it's kind of not too common these days. So let's get right into it. All right, so we're gonna call this video things that matter to your customers or potential clients, because it does matter. We'll get right into it. Basically, these are a lot of low-hanging fruit here. We'll go into some tools. Obviously, everybody likes talking about tools and everything, but low-hanging fruit, being prepared. Like, I'm just gonna say like go into the estimate, having like a binder, notes, take notes. I've had customers complain to me about the last guy that was there, giving them an estimate. Like we had all this stuff and he never took notes. And as I'm taking notes on everything, because I can't remember crap, so I've got to take notes. And even when I don't need to remember something, I'll still write something down and it makes it look like I'm writing something down. That's basically it. So take notes, be prepared. I mean, another thing, this would also impress is like they'll ask for square footage pricing, stuff like that. So I bust my laser measure out, and then they're like, "Oh my goodness, it saves so much time. Get yourself a laser measure," because this is the Bosch one. There's plenty on the market. I don't have to whip out a tape measure, go across the, I don't want to scratch anything. I can just sit this, boom, get my measurements, and it saves me at least 3 or 4 times the time to measure a room out. It's so much quicker, and it also impresses the customer, the potential client, because you're prepared. That's absolutely what it comes down to, is being prepared for the estimate and listening. Shut up, let them talk. Don't word vomit or anything. Just shut up and let them talk, because that's all they want to do. They want to talk about their problem, talk about their project, everything. So next one, be on time. Be on time, which means be early. 10 minutes or so is fantastic, no less than 5. You never get a second chance to make a first impression. And often that first impression is when they call you, do you pick up the phone or do you call right back or text right back? And are you on time? Are you where you're supposed to be when you say you're going to be there? So you never get a second chance to make a first impression. I forget where I heard that. I didn't make that up, obviously. So next would be, now this is ruffle a few feathers here, your vehicle and equipment. It can't look like it's run down, clapped out. You can, if your customers don't care about that, it must mean that you're probably the lowest bidder. They just don't care. They want the job done, whatever. But I get it all the time. Like, hey, you look the part, you have a nice, I have a tool trailer. Me hiring subcontractors, I haven't had any problems with the actual contractors who actually have trailers. All the ones I've had problems with don't have trailers. Well, that's not true. One has a trailer. I did have a problem with him. I fired him. Other than that, all the other ones have been fantastic. Now, vans, the same thing. It goes without saying, if you have a trailer, especially like mine, that's been kind of built out. I've had multiple customers come in, oh my goodness, this is amazing, blah, blah, blah. Obviously, if I'm willing to put that amount of work into my efficiency, my business, then I am not a weekend warrior. I am a professional. I want to hone my craft. I am actually dedicated to my business, to the craft, whatever I'm selling. So it shows the customer that I have my own personal money and time invested into my own business to provide services for them, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm not saying, you can have a Geo Metro, throw your tools in the back, whatever, blah, 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 get to the job site. There's going to be a certain point where you're going to lose work and you're not going to have those customers, because they're going to look at, we're giving this guy so much money, but he's driving around a Geo Metro. It matters. And even like my concrete contractor just got a brand new truck. And it was, congratulations, he got a brand new truck. And he already said it saved him on one job because the customer asked him, hey, are you, derogatory name for a drug user, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, would I have this brand new truck if I spent all my money on drugs, blah, blah, blah. So it makes a difference. Sometimes, I know you're going to say it doesn't make a difference. I have this old piece of crap, blah, blah, blah. For the most part, it doesn't, but you're going to lose certain clientele, and you're going to make it easy for other people to trust you and hire you if you actually look the part and you actually invest in your business and yourself and your look. So your vehicle and equipment, it matters. Come on. It doesn't have to be the newest, brightest thing, but it can't be crap, and it has to be, you know, I would say clean. Like, I am notorious. I need to clean out my truck once a week. It's when my office, I spend so much time in it, but definitely at least clean it up, make it look presentable, show some pride in your equipment, because you got to take care of your equipment for it to take care of you. Now let's get into tools and materials. Tools and materials. Yeah, this is obviously the fun part, but you can't be the guy that goes to a job site, go to work, and then have to go to Home Depot or your local hardware store 3 or 4 or 5 times in a day to get the materials. You've got to be prepared. I mean, you've got to have some sort of inventory, at least some sort of forethought. Hey, if I'm mounting a TV, I'm probably going to need a TV mount, right? So be prepared, get to the job site. You want to get to work efficiently. Customers notice that. If you're always searching for stuff, if you're always you're disorganized and you need to go someplace, you know, multiple times, you get there and you have to use their restroom right away, etc., etc. It shows a lack of planning on your end, and of course, you know, that just is a little unprofessional in their eyes, and obviously in pretty much everybody's eyes. So we'll go into a couple of tools that customers have actually. Like, I mean, I've gotten, you know, some of them is like, you know, hey, this is awesome, blah, 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 because certain tools save you time, make you look more professional because you're working more efficiently, and it shows customers that, hey, you invested in, you know, a tool for this job to make it more efficient, to make the progress, and obviously the quality of the work to actually be a better fit and finish. So that helps. Customers notice that. So let's get into a couple of them. Not all of them. These are just the ones that I've had compliments on, and then we'll come back for the closing thoughts. All right. So yeah, absolutely. Ron Paul workstation, probably, and it does give the impression that I actually kind of know what I'm doing when I'm at a job site, or at least I'm prepared to make cuts, to do whatever I need to do, especially when the customer hires me. I've gotten multiple customer compliments and comments on it, and just, you know, oohs and ahs, but you know, you got to make the cuts, you got to do the correct job, but having the proper tools absolutely makes a difference, and this instills trust from the customer to myself as far as, yeah, he's obviously thought this out. This is not his first rodeo, and, you know, it kind of screams professionalism. Not saying that you're automatically professional, but no weekend warrior, you know, Chuck in the truck's going to have this kind of setup and not care about what they do, not care about their work. So Polk miter station, absolutely one of the best ways to show your customer that you're a professional, 100%. All right, for some reason, I get a lot of compliments and kind of oohs and ahs about laser levels. And I mean, I always use green, but for some reason, like, yeah, I get compliments, and I think if you're willing to invest in, say, well, this one's like $700 and some, and this one's $500 and some bare tool. So yes, you don't need a laser level, but it makes it so much easier. It just saves me so much time. Yes, you can make straight lines, strings, all that kind of stuff to keep stuff true and level. These just help out. Tile work, framing, name it. It's so much. Cutting in box, you can just, you have the same line. It's fantastic. So you want to show your customer that you know what you're doing, or at least you've thought ahead. And you save yourself time and make your money. These both have paid for themselves over and over again because of the amount of time it saves on the job site. So highly recommend. Just buy. It doesn't have to be a triple plane or anything like that, but get yourself one. It's going to save you so much. And I will say, a lot of customers know about, you know, jigsaws, a bunch of other stuff, but they don't really know about oscillating tools. So they'll ask me, hey, how are you gonna make that, that corner cut, blah, blah, blah. And I basically show them one of my 3 oscillating tools. And for some reason, you know, they're kind of impressed with it, but you should already have that tool if you're professional, in my opinion, because they are just a necessity, period. All right, guys, that's what I got for you on this video. Pretty straightforward, nothing crazy here. Some, you know, food for thought. Let me know in the comment section below if you think I'm full of crap. Some of these things you might not know. Some of these things you follow to a T, because I mean, it's super easy out there for contractors. You just got to not suck, really. I mean, there's a lot of out there. There's a lot of people. There's a lot of room for growth out there, and you need to set yourself apart. And it is almost always as simple as just picking up your phone or returning a text message or email promptly. Being on time. That literally probably puts you above 70% of the other contractors out there, because I mean, that's just the state of the business we're in, right? So I appreciate you guys. Like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video.